What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be covering the top 10 goals for any account to strive for in order to further progress your account. These are some things that I think are really helpful for any player, whether it's for money making or combat related or anything like that. So without any further ado, let's hop right into the list. As I go through these top 10 things, keep in mind that these are not in any order. They're just the top 10 things I think every account should reach for. But first, with an honorable mention, is full graceful. This is achieved through the agility rooftop courses by getting marks of grace. And it's really good for long-term running, like during quests, or you'll see when I do some hunter, it's helpful, and maybe even for clue scrolls and stuff, things that involve a lot of running. This is very helpful for, since it does keep your run energy going longer. So this is an honorable mention thing that I think is really nice to have, and everyone should try to get this at one point or another. So the first of these top 10 goals here is getting 80 Hunter. Now what this can do is, first, herbivores on Fossil Island, which gets you a ton of herbs. You'll see I just got some here, and it can get you up to like 400k GP per hour, as well as a lot of experience. 80 Hunter can also allow you to use a Hunter potion to boost to 83 to catch Dragon Implings, just when you see them randomly or at Puro or something. And with 80 Hunter, you can also set 6 box traps in the wilderness, which will allow you to catch black chinchompas at a pretty fast rate, and you can net a ton of profit there, as well as just having 5 box traps set up normally to catch red chins to go without the risk. But yeah, 80 Hunter is a great thing to shoot for. It's a really good moneymaker in the game, so I highly recommend this being one of your top 10 goals to get. Goal number 9 here is getting 83 construction, and while this is pretty expensive, you can get some pretty high experience rates, so it shouldn't take that long, and it is one of the most useful things you can unlock in the entire game. 83 construction gets you, with a boost with the crystal saw and the stews from the recipe for disaster quest, you can boost up to the ornate rejuvenation pool, and what this does, it restores your special attack, run energy, prayer, hit points, and cures you of any poison or venom or anything like that. And with 83 construction, you can also boost to the ornate jewelry box, which holds all the different jewelries to teleport in all in one. So it's really easy to get around if you're doing clues or anything, just to get anywhere you need to be. You can use any teleport jewelry in this box. And this is also on top of stuff like the fairy ring and the spirit tree that you can get in your house, as well as I have a gilded chapel here, a gilded altar, a nice workbench to repair my barrows gear, and just some random teleport portals and stuff like that. So 83 construction is another thing that everyone should really shoot for. Coming in at number 8 here is acquiring a fire cape, and the fire cape, other than the Inferno cape, which is more endgame content, is the best in slot cape that you can get in the game. You'll see I just have like an Artie cloak 2 right now from the diaries, and okay bonuses. The main thing here is the +4 prayer, but a fire cape has +1 in every attack, +11 in every defense, +4 melee strength. Not as much prayer, but still really good for defense, and the melee strength will increase your max hit as well. Getting a fire cape is not too hard, especially if you have 75 range and can use a blowpipe, but definitely set this as a goal for yourself and your account at some point to go get a fire cape, because they are really nice to have, and they also look sick. Number 7 here on the list is getting some hard achievement diaries done, especially the Varrock hard diaries for the battle staves is a ton of extra money a day for free. The Mauritania hard diaries for the Bone Crusher and the extra runes from Barrow's chests, and the Falador diaries, which I do not have, for the mole to get the mole locator for and also the noted mole skins and claws, which is a pretty good moneymaker. Kandarin's also nice for the agility boost when you are doing the Sears course, since you can teleport to the bank, as well as like the increased bolt specs that you can get from Kandarin. But definitely shoot for at least Hard Diaries, and these Mauritania, Varrock, and probably Falador are the top three I would want to shoot for first, with Kandarin being right up there as well. Number 6 on the list is getting 75 range and magic so that you can use the toxic blowpipe and either the Trident of the Seas or Trident of the Swamp. These are amazing weapons, especially the blowpipe. I use it for range almost everywhere I go. It's really good for bossing, Slayer, and just quick DPS, and a really powerful weapon overall. Same with the Trident of the Seas. I do not have a Trident of the Swamp yet, since Zulrah scales are pretty expensive at the time being, but this is really good for bossing as well, and just two really good things to get on your account. It'll increase your XP rates a ton once you get these, since you'll be doing more damage and hitting more accurately. So pretty much any magic or range on any PVMing I do, I'm pretty much using the blowpipe or the Trident. So 75 range and magic are a must. Number 5 here is getting up to 77 prayer to unlock every possible prayer you can get. I am at 76 and I have not unlocked Rigor yet, but Rigor is one of the top things you can get, especially for things like Zulrah or Vorkath, to really increase the damage you do. But getting Piety at level 70 is really nice to have for melee, and just having more prayer points and needing to use less potions overall is also really helpful. So getting 77 prayer, but with a minimum of really 70 prayer for Piety, is really good to have on higher level accounts, and definitely a goal you should shoot for. 7 here is getting the Zenite jewelry, namely the Necklace of Anguish and the Amulet of Torture for range and melee respectively. You will see here they have really good stats. See range here plus 15 range, attack plus 5 range strength, and 2 prayer. And with the Torture, not really any defense at all, but plus 10 melee strength, plus 2 prayer, and some decent attack bonuses as well. So this is best in slot for melee, while Anguish is best in slot for range. There's also the Tormented Bracelet, but if you do have Barrow's Gloves, you won't really need that. And the Ring of Suffering is really good for Zulrah, but other than that, I never really use it at all. So these two things are really good for things like PVMing and Slayer to increase your damage per second, and overall you'll make more money per hour and get more XP per hour as well. So one last piece of gear here coming in for number 8 on the list is getting Barrow's Gloves. Before the Ferocious Gloves were released, these were best in slot for every combat style. Now the Ferocious Gloves are best in slot for melee only, but these Barrow's Gloves are still best in slot for range and magic and give better defensive bonuses than the Ferocious Gloves. So these are highly recommended to use, and I'm pretty sure you still need 175 quest points at least to use the Ferocious Gloves. So you will need Barrow's Gloves before that anyway, so definitely shoot for getting these. You'll see all these defense and attack bonuses, as well as the plus 12 to melee strength. So really good item to have. Definitely grind out those 175 quest points. If you don't like questing, the way I really did it was just through clue scrolls. If I needed a quest to finish a clue, I'd go out and do it, and before I knew it, I had almost enough points to get them. So that is just one easier way to get them, in my opinion, rather than doing it all at once. But either way, definitely go for Barrow's Gloves. They are super good for PVMing and making money and getting more XP. Number 9 goal here is getting fairy rings unlocked, and to do this you only need Fairy Tale Part 1 and then about 5 minutes of Fairy Tale Part 2. And fairy rings are amazing for getting around the game, especially for Slayer, clue scrolls, stuff like that. I can get pretty much anywhere I need to be across the map super quick. Like you'll see if I got a Slayer task here in the Fremenic Slayer Cave, I'm right here. If I want, there's one right by Zulrah too. I can go anywhere really. Kandarin. Just for clues especially, these are super helpful. And they're also just nice for getting around. You'll see I can get to Karamja pretty easily. Slayer on top of clue scrolls are probably the best use of this. So you can get to the lighthouse super easily. You can get to the chasm of fire if you have a greater lesser demon task super easily. So if you are big into clue scrolls and Slayer especially, definitely go for fairy rings. They are really nice to have to get around the game a lot quicker. It'll save you a lot of time running with several different things. Last but not least here, coming in at number 10 on the top 10 goals list is unlocking several different herb patches. The more herb patches you have unlocked, the more money you will make since you'll get more herbs, as well as more XP to get a higher farming level, which will also get you more herbs. And the main things I mean when I mean unlocking these patches is stuff like this Ardoin Cloak 2, which will teleport me directly to the farm 3 times a day. That's from the Ardoin Diaries 2. The Explorer's Ring from the Lumbridge Diaries, Medium Diaries, which will teleport me to the Cabbage Patch, which is right by the farm 3 times a day as well. The Ectophile, which you get from the Ghost Ahoy quest, which will get you really close to the herb patch out in Mauritania. Getting a Xerox Talisman to teleport you really close to the herb patch on Zaya, which is also disease free if you get 50% Hosidius House favor. There's also the Magic Secateurs, I think is how you pronounce that. I'm really not sure, but that is from the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest, and what this does is increases your yield of herbs by 10%. And then just parts of the diary, like getting the Kandarin Hard diaries done, like I mentioned earlier. You get 10% more yield from this patch, which is nice. Completing the quest Edgar's Ruse to get the Trollheim teleport unlocked will get you really close to that patch as well. The Making Friends with My Arm quest is pretty high requirement, but can unlock another herb patch for you as well. And last, the Lumbridge and Draenor Elite Diaries will unlock you another patch on Harmony Isle. And now that I say that, I think it's actually the Mauritania Elite Diaries will unlock you that. But also with the new farming guild that has come out, there are now 9 different herb patches. I typically do about 5 of them, just since it's a little bit quicker, since I have these really convenient teleports. But herb runs are a great way to make a ton of money really quick. Like I've done 3 patches so far, and I've made 51k off of only 3 patches. So if you have 9 patches unlocked, that's 150k about if none of them die. So it's a really good way to make some money, and definitely a goal everyone should strive for, to unlock as many herb patches as possible. Alright guys, that will wrap up my top 10 longer term goals for any account to achieve to improve your account overall. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep in mind that all of these 10 things were not in any specific order, so if you want to bust out 1 or 2 of these at a time, feel free. It does not matter which one. They will all help you out in the long run. I mean, you could always focus, if you're more of a PVM type person, to go for a Fire Cape, 75 range and magic and stuff like that. But if you're more of a skiller, then go for the farming patches as well as getting 80 hunter. It really does not matter. It's all up to you guys. Either way, it'll help out your account to not only make more money but get more experience as well. I use a lot of these methods to keep my bond every 2 weeks, so it's another good way to do that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a like before you leave, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Getting more subs each video is really nice to see. Yeah, with that, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace out, guys.